Hello everyone, I am very happy to see all of you guys again here. In today's video we will see all about MERN Stack Guide and Roadmap. We will see what is MERN Stack, why we used MERN Stack, how much you can earn as MERN Stack developer, and so on. Before starting this video, I would like to request you. If you are new on this channel, hit the like and subscribe button. So if you are ready, let's start today's video. What is MERN Stack? MERN Stack is a JavaScript stack that is used for easier and faster deployment of full-stack web applications. MERN Stack comprises of 4 technologies, namely MongoDB, Express, React and Node.js. It is designed to make the development process smoother and easier. The MERN architecture allows you to easily construct a 3-tier architecture, front-end, back-end, database, entirely using JavaScript and JSON. Using these 4 technologies you can create absolutely any application that you can think of, everything that exists in this world today. Now let's understand each technology one by one. 1. MongoDB. MongoDB forms the M of the MERN stack and works pretty well with the JavaScript ecosystem. MongoDB is a NoSQL database in which data is stored in documents that consist of key-value pairs, sharing a lot of resemblance to JSON. The data is not stored in the form of tables, and that's how it differs from other database programs. This is how the data stored in MongoDB looks like. 2. Express.js. Express is a flexible and clean Node.js web application framework that provides a robust set of features to develop web and mobile applications. It facilitates the rapid development of Node-based web applications. Express helps build the backend very easily while staying in JavaScript ecosystem. It is preferred for self-projects as it helps focus on learning development and building projects pretty fast. In MERN Stack, Express will be used as backend API server which interacts with MongoDB database to serve data to client, React, application. 3. React.js. React is an open-source JavaScript library that is used for building user interfaces specifically for single-page applications. It's used for handling the view layer for web and mobile apps. React lets you build up complex interfaces through simple components, connect them to data on your backend server, and render them as HTML. Almost all the modern tech companies, from early-stage startups to the biggest tech companies like Microsoft and Facebook, use React. The prime reason why React is used is for single-page applications, SPA. SPA means rendering the entire website on one page rather than different pages of the websites. 4. Node.js. Node.js is a cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment. It's built on Chrome's V8 engine to run JavaScript code outside the browser, for easily building fast and scalable applications. The main purpose of Node.js is simple. It allows us to write our backend in JavaScript, saving us the trouble of learning a new programming language capable of running the backend. Node.js is the platform for the application layer, logic layer. This will not be visible to the clients. This is where client applications, React, will make requests for data or web pages. MERN Stack Roadmap. Now let's dive into what you need to learn in MERN. First and foremost, before you dive into any advanced topics, you first need to learn the core of the web, for example HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML. HTML provides the basic structure. CSS. CSS provides the skin to the structure in the form of design, formatting, and layout. JavaScript. JavaScript adds interactivity and logic to the website. Important things to learn: HTML. Basics. Different tags. Forms. Semantic HTML. SEO basics. Accessibility. Best practices. Important things to learn: CSS. Basics. Selectors. Positioning. Box model. Specificity. Media query. Best practices. Flexbox. Grid. Pseudo elements. Pseudo classes. Animations. Transitions. Responsiveness. Important things to learn: JavaScript. Basics. DOM. Fetch API. Async await. Event listeners. ES6 plus features. Best practices. Promises. Classes. Array methods. String methods. Scoping. Hoisting. Closures. Once you know enough front-end development, where you can build great projects, then you should consider diving into learning React.js. You might be wondering, what are the prerequisites to learn such a great JavaScript library? There's only one prerequisite, and that is JavaScript. Keep in mind, do not directly jump into learning React.js. Before learning JavaScript, you should be confident with JavaScript because JavaScript is the main thing you'll be working with. Most importantly, you must understand syntax, ES6 plus features, arrow functions, template literals, array methods, object property shorthand, destructuring, REST operator, spread operator, promises, async await syntax, import and export syntax. Basic things to learn in React.js. File and folder structure. Components. JSX. Props. State. Events. Styling. Conditional rendering. Learn about React.js hooks. The essential hooks to learn. Use state. Use effect. Use ref. Use context. Use reducer. Use memo. Use callback. Also learn these essential things. Fetching data from APIs. Routing. Context API. Learn to create custom hooks. Handling form submits. Use cases of less common hooks. Higher order components. React Dev Tools. Then learn some of the React.js UI frameworks. Material UI. Ant Design. Chakra UI. React Bootstrap. Rebus. Blueprint. Semantic UI React. Learn to use some of the most popular React.js packages. React Router. Axios. Styled components. React Hook Form. React Query. Storybook. Framer Motion. Learn how to manage state with state management tools. Redux. MobX. Hook State. Recoil. Akita. Learn to test your apps with some of these libraries or frameworks. Jest. Testing library. Cypress. Enzyme. Jasmine. Mocha. Before you dive into backend, you should first consider learning or at least understanding some of these concepts mentioned below. HTTP or HTTPS. RESTful APIs. CRUD. CORS. JSON. Package Manager. MVC architecture. GraphQL. Now if you feel confident with React.js and concepts mentioned, you can jump into learning Node.js. As mentioned earlier, Node.js is a cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment that means we can use JavaScript on the server. Isn't that amazing? With the help of Node.js we don't have to learn any other programming language. We already know one, JavaScript. Now let's take a look at what you need to learn in Node.js. Well, there's not much specific to Node.js that you have to learn to build a MERN stack application. Here are some related things you should take a look at. Initializing a npm package. Installing npm packages through npm or yarn. Understanding the package.json file. Create a basic HTTP server in Node.js. Importing and exports modules. Working with file system in Node.js. HTTP protocols. Events and event emitters. Global object. After you know the basics of Node.js, you can start learning Express.js. It's the most popular web application framework which uses Node.js. In MERN stack applications, Express's role is to manage our backend API server. Express is used to listen to a particular port of our server for requests from the client or the frontend. We can create different routes for each endpoint. Example are shown below. Here is a simple example of Express.js server. Now, let's dive into things that you should learn concerning Express as a MERN stack developer. Basic server in Express. Creating and handling routes. Learn middlewares. CRUD operations. Error handling. Using MVC architecture. Authentication. And OAuth. API versioning. Rate limiting. Creating custom middlewares. Reading JSON form data sent from frontend via Express.json middleware. Once you know how to use Express.js and you'll start creating projects, you'll notice that you need some kind of database to store data of your applications, data such as user profiles, content, comments, uploads, etc. And that's where MongoDB comes into play. We use MongoDB because it's the most popular one, and it works well in the JavaScript ecosystem, because it's just similar to JSON. JSON documents created in your React.js front-end can be sent to the Express.js server, where they can be processed and, assuming they're valid, stored directly in MongoDB for later retrieval. Concepts to learn in MongoDB are: 1. SQL versus NoSQL. 2. MongoDB database structure. 3. Setting up local MongoDB or Cloud MongoDB Atlas database. 4. Perform CRUD, create, read, update and delete operations on the database. 5. Indexing. 6. Aggregations. 7. Ad hoc query. 8. Creating models and schema. To interact with MongoDB better, we generally use an ODM or Object Data Modeling library like Mongoose. Mongoose is an Object Data Modeling (ODM) library for MongoDB and Node.js. It manages relationships between data, provides schema validation, and is used to translate between objects in code and the representation of those objects in MongoDB. Important things to learn in Mongoose. Defining the schema. Mongoose data validation. Understanding Mongoose pre- and post-hooks. Now you can start to create some simple project. Here is some MERN stack project idea. Here is the working process of MERN stack. That's it for this video. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, like and share with your friend. Thanks for watching.